Hi guys. Get my voice here thing. Welcome to Mark Teaches Music. This is Mark Teaches Music, and you're at my improv workshop. And we didn't have a session last week because I was angry. No, that's not true at all. No, I had eye surgery. Yeah, on this eye here. You may you may look red. So anyway, so welcome, and I'm glad you're here. And so today is the 11th day of April, 2023, and I want you to have fun and be awesome. That's what I want to happen to you. And in this improv live stream, we're trying to learn to get better at improvising. So we're making up, cool melodies and trying to get better together. And I know that you can do it. And try to remember, you can, you need to ask your questions and throw them in here. And and then at 8:30, we'll switch to Q&A to play and sing, asking all your questions about music, and I will answer all of them, including the answer I don't have the slightest idea would be one of the possible answers. So I want you to feel comfortable receiving that answer from me if that's what I need to do. And for more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com, and there's information there about lessons and descriptions of lessons, and you can contact us without being obligated, of course, and just see. And then also you can email me at mark@dallasmusiclessons, and I actually wish you would. And of course, you can put your comments down here in the chat. You can put your comments down here in the chat if you'd like, and that's great too. Especially now would be the time to put all your comments. In fact, I solicit your comments, like things like I can't hear your voice, or the flute's too loud, or where'd you get that hairdo, and anything like that. So you just put that in there. But we're not in the adlib portion, which is the first portion. We're not just adlibbing. We're trying to get better at adlibbing, learn how to adlib with ideas. So I will stop and make comments, including comments in the beginning, to say, hey, this is what I'm doing, or here's an idea, or here's a good thing that a lot of people do when they adlib, and they adlib well. And if you have a request for a style or an instrument, I am more or less trying to do a fretted instrument every week. Electric guitar, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, classical guitar, mandolin, ukulele, or bass. So one of those 6 things every week, and then the other things. So I'm just saying, you can say, hey, I've seen too much of you Urdu playing, and quit playing that so much. And Urdu, it's a language. So anyway, I've seen too much of that, or I haven't. When are you going to do some? I can't think of anything. When are you going to do some, Andalusian folk songs? We'll give it a shot. So, and if you like this, you should subscribe. You should hit the bell. You should, for notifications, you should invite people. You should like it. Of course, you should invite people. And you put comments in there like, hey, oh, Tom has retracted a message. Oh, that's scary. So, no telling what it was. So, wait till you see my joke for my question. I have a question. So anyway, we'll go back and forth, and 4 measures, 8 measures, 12 measures, depending on the song. And when it's your turn, I want you to jump right in. Don't be hesitant. Nobody can hear you, of course, but I'm also saying, if you think too much, what is better to do is to play and then think. And you'll play and I play. And don't play when it's my turn, because you're trying to get ideas from me, or think of your own ideas while you're kind of pausing and regrouping. What should I have done? What would I like to do? So I see. So Tom has a sound here. Does it mean you can't hear the sound? That's a trumpet. That doesn't look like a trumpet. So anyway, so when it's your turn, jump in, and then you can. When it's not your turn, you can think about, well, I didn't like that, and then ask me questions. Say, well, why are you doing this? It sounds really good, or why are you doing this? It sounds really bad, or when I'm doing so and so that I think you're saying it seems wrong, and we want to address that, and get the questions answered, and you playing what you like as soon as possible. So don't just sit there and watch. And don't be put off by styles you don't like. And different instruments fit different styles, right? Fit well. basically, I'm not trying to be smart aleck or anything, but like the organ, not the cool rock organ. Let's see if that comes through here. Not I don't hear that at all. Let's try that. Not this sound. Not that organ. But the church organ. The church organ is not going to work in a lot of our songs. As an example, some instruments will have difficulty fitting in some songs. That's true. That's one reason I play the instruments that I do. Thank you, Tom. But I'm just saying, but try. If you don't like the style, too bad. No, if you don't, you can't do anything about it. But if you don't like the style, see what you can do to make your instrument work. Either your playing or your instrument itself, to make it better. You make it cool because you are doing such great things. And then on this channel, there are now 29 sessions of ad-libbing, which is 2 songs per session, which is a big number. 58 different songs, and a lot of them are very simple. Some of them only have 1 or 2 chords. So I'm just saying, hunt around and find something that's easy to play. And then in the description is a link for the chords, a chart for this song, both songs, and the scales. If you play the bass or the guitar, there's the actual charts, scale patterns, and as well as any band orchestral instrument. There's scales, including transposing instruments. So you should be able to succeed extremely well and know what to do. Yes, I believe so. Our first song is called Clay Can Groove. Not Clay Can Groove, but Clay Can Groove. Clay has the capacity to groove, apparently. Clay is a groover. And so that sounds like this. And the first thing we want to do in any song, if we can, is figure out where the changes are. And here goes. And transits to this section. Just changing it for 4 beats here. 3, 4, change. 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 Okay, so that's our basic groove on this song. And all I'm getting at, is that we want to absorb that, because a note, a certain note, look, I have a flute, a flout. I'm flouting my flute. I'm a flute flouter. So anyway, if I play any note, I'm play a C over this. Just check. I just want you to notice how the C note sounds different over different chords. I just find it fascinating. I would never do this. Here. Hey, John. So, I'm just commenting that as you absorb what the changes are going to be, you're anticipating. Here it comes. It will lead what you're going to play next. Yes, you can do it intellectually. Yes, and again, I just want to make the point, if you happen to be, and I talk fast because a lot of stuff to say, and trying to not take too much of our time with talking. But so if you're in a band that's sight reading 3 charts a week or 3 charts a day, then yeah, you need to read, and you need to read well, because those things are going to change and all the time. But most people, most good people, most famous people are learning, 30 songs a year, and the absorbing idea, I know where those changes are. So this song is in the key of A minor, and it goes over the key of C. The first half is in A minor, next half is in the key of C. Those are relative majors and minors, meaning they use the same exact notes, not different notes. Here's the C scale. Here's A minor scale. No difference in those notes. The only difference is what we started on. What's the most important note in the key of C? C and G are the most important notes. In the key of A minor, A and E are the most important notes. Same set of notes. And for the B flat instrument, that would be the same thing, key of D and the key of B minor. And that's what your charts are for. So there's a link there in the description. Get those charts. If it were me, I would print them out, but it may be too late now. Too late. So now we've got to just actually do it. So I'm going to go first, and I have not played this flute in, my gosh, 5-6 weeks. I didn't have any time to get to it, so here we go. So my scales will be A minor, A pentatonic, A blues, A minor blues. Okay, just to mention. And here we go. 2. Is that loud enough? I think I have to be softer. Your turn. Happy? Again. 2, 3, me. Your turn. And my turn, and I stop it to say, okay, so the song itself is fast, right? So that means kind of the natural tempo is sort of a swung eighth note, or 16th notes faster, triplet, sorry, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 da 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 da. Okay, so that may feel very fast, and so what do? You respond by not playing. No, that is not what you do. You respond by playing, let's say, quarter notes. I'm saying you take a slower note, a longer note. I'm going to keep going just to make the point. So I'm using a longer note as my main notes, so therefore I feel more comfortable playing, and then that means I can go ba ba da 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 da. I can do the faster notes as the wow crazy man extremes, and not be doing that normally. Therefore I have no headroom. I can't go any faster. So play longer notes, quarter notes, let's say, or half notes as your main notes if this feels too fast. If it doesn't feel too fast, go for it. You're first this time in the count. So this will be the minor part. You're first, 2, you go. Long notes. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Don't wait, but you can play slow. It's okay if you play slow. All right, my turn. turn. And because my turn, and I stop it to say that it's my turn now. So listen, it'll help you so much if you will physically move. You stiff people, you stiff-necked people. No, you're just stiff. And so you hear this groove, here's this groove going along, and you're like, I will now play funky. Watch me. And so you need to be doing this. If you watch people in concerts, they're moving, not in a classical concert, okay? But the guy, so he's going. You watch the guys that are not playing, and they're waiting for their turn, and they do like this. It can be that they are, I'm just a hip guy, I can't help but move, but it could also be, I'm trying to feel the groove. I'm trying to instill that beat in me. So that helps a lot if you don't play naturally groovy, naturally funky, naturally full of proselytizing rhythm. And so that's what we want to do. Okay, it's going to be your turn again, starting in the minor part. Here go to you go. Go ahead, continue to the happy part. My turn. Your turn. Keep going, your turn. Okay, right there where I just stopped it, and that was my turn, by the way. Right there where I just stopped it, this is our song, Clay Can Groove. And let's look at this picture. I'm assuming you can see this now. That is on this, right there on the, where'd it go? Yeah, right here. Right here on the very last chord in the progression, right there, that E7. It uses a note, G sharp, for the C instruments. So C scale, so it uses a note G sharp, and you'll notice right there if you play a G, it doesn't sound quite right, and then if you're a D instrument, if you're a B flat instrument playing a D, then that would be a, what's that G sharp? It would be an A sharp. You can't be scared of notes like that, it's just a note, okay? But anyway, I'm saying right on that one chord, it goes off of, if in the B flat instrument's key of D, same thing, the notes of the key of D, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, change the A to A sharp, B, C sharp, or you can look at it as B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A sharp. So I'm saying right there, that one note is outside the key. Just by the way, your ear's gone da, 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 da. And for the smart aleck people among us, I would just like to say that, that if you play the G natural, an A natural in terms of the B flat instruments. The chord. What am I doing? I'm just trying. I can't get it out of my mouth. The G natural is a sharp 9. So That's a G natural. So if you forgot it, it would sound like you're cooler than the regular guy. So don't be scared about it. Try to get those things in there, because that right at that little punchy part. Let's just hear that one little part. I'll point at it. Here it comes. One more, and it's right here, right here. Back to A minor. All right, you take it over. Still in A minor, B minor. Go ahead. Your turn. Keep going. Happy. Okay, now I wanted to say one other thing, and I'm going to play one time through. The first part of this song is in the key of A minor. The second part is in C major. And again, relative majors and minors. And minor is sad, and in this particular song is turned into sort of an aggressive thing. And major is happy or friendly. So first half is aggressive or sad. The second half is friendly. Now I'm going to play, and that informs you. It's not just like, by the way, the first part is, sad and aggressive. The second half is relaxed and brutal. No, you're supposed to change your playing to fit that, And you can go against type. You can say, hey, I'm being funky and aggressive in the pretty part, or vice versa, or versa versa. But most likely, and most of the time, you would want to honor or recognize what the chords are saying. The chords are saying a different sound. So I'm just going to play according to what we kind of hear a little bit. And in other words, the first part I'm going to play kind of aggressive. Second part, I'll try to make it prettier. Trying to be happier. So that second part I was trying to get, I think I played a flat 9 in there. Point is this, so because the first part of the song is minor and aggressive, I tried to play aggressive and minor. And then the second half of the song I tried to play friendlier, happier, prettier. And we want contrast. Contrast doesn't matter, like metal, which is great. I love metal. But one of the problems with metal is if everything is and it's just constantly that. So if you notice, every metal album has 2 ballads on acoustic, usually 12-string guitar, back in the 80s anyway. So we want some contrast, so that if we want things to be dark and aggressive, we got to have something lighter, so it has something to compare with. Hey, this really is dark and aggressive. Okay, well, that's cool. So that song, again, Clay Can Groove in A minor / C. Okay, now we're going to go to the second song. And the second song is, we've done this, it's an old favorite. No, we've done it once before. And it is called Chick Joe's Feeling Bad. Now, I do want to put this up here on our screen, because all of us here on all of our screens, now I just want to put this up on the screen, because why? There it is. Yep. So I want you to see that because this is a blues. It's a country feel. It's a light, pretty feel, but it is. Look at the chords. It's a blues in the key of C. So you need to note that because it's not a rock song, and it's not that it's a rock song. It's not a major song, happy song. It's not a minor song, sad song. It's a blues, which has ideally major and minor sounds in it. It would have. I'm gonna play on the flute in just a second. I don't think I'm gonna play on the mandolin, but the point is, it's got this sound, C, and it's got this sound. Happy sound, sad sound, or aggressive sound. It's got both of those sounds. It's a blues. So I want you to note this. And see, I'm gonna see. You can see that. Yes, you can see that. So it starts off in C. Then it has this chord of tension, saying, "Hey, I'm going to F. I'm not there yet, but I'm soon going to be in F." When we get to F, we're not. Our solo is not really in F. I mean, in C. It's in C minor. Da 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 da. Then when it gets to C, it's back to C. Happy, yay! And then back to F. It's aggressive again. A little 8-bar blues. Yay, baby. Not a 12-bar blues. No, we didn't have enough money for all those extra 4 measures. So it's just a little 8-bar blues. Da, da, do, do, do. I didn't do that right. But anyway, okay, so let's listen to it real quick. Remember, we want to absorb it, and I'm going to talk here. So pull that chart, if you printed it. I'm going to leave this picture here with me just for a moment. For a moment I am, but first I must play the file. Where is it? Come here. File, you recalcitrant file. Hey, there's coffee. Major, go into F, C minor pentatonic and blues. Back to C, C minor pentatonic and blues. C, this is all C. It's all C. Those chords, again, let's do it. Listen to the transition. Now we are fully now in C minor, back to C. Fully in C minor. Okay, now here at Mark Teaches Music, when we had these ad-libbing things, I don't make disclaimers, although like anybody, of course, I have some instruments I play better than others, except for 2 instruments. And the 2 instruments are, when I play harmonica, I just like the harmonica, I can't play it that well. And I just like the mandolin, I can't play it that well. So I'm issuing an official disclaimer. This is just such a cool instrument, it's like I just can't keep away from it. But it's not like I sound amazing on it. So let's do this. And I also feel like, and you guys can comment on this too, I feel like when I do a fretted instrument, the fretted instrument players won't see my hand like this. So anyway, so now when a guitar player, bass player does a pattern, here's a mandolin pattern, and this is a blues, so I'm using pentatonic and blues scales. Okay? And for the, let's say a trumpet player, a sorry dog trumpet player, that would be a D, it would be D, E, F sharp, A, and B. The same notes. These are the same notes. Now on a C instrument, what I just did is C, D, E, G, A. That's the only notes I play. Okay, now the blues scale, I just want you to notice, that's the same scale, but we added 1 single note. Now that is our scale. Now for the minor, I just want to comment, all you fretted instrument players, whatever you play, if let's say I go, okay, that's the first 3 notes of my pattern. So if I want to put it in minor, guess what all I have to do? I just have to slide up 3 frets. Slide up 3 frets. That's the relative minor. I mean parallel minor, sorry. Yep, show enough for you. So any lick that you play, we'll come back to it. All right, so here we go. Okay, Yeah, we're going to do this one. All right, and I'll start. Remember, disclaimer, I'm a baby mandolin player. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry. Let's get volume. This doesn't count. I still get my turn. Here comes my turn. Here's it. Your turn. Your turn. So fun. Little sweet little song. There's the minor. Your turn. Sweet, sweet. Okay, now I'm going to try to make myself go slower. Move it up. Move it up. Your turn. Your turn. And my turn, and I stop it because, okay, now I need to make the point. Let's switch over to this view. Okay, so just now look, there's two kinds of blues. If you buy I love jazz. Okay, I'm a jazz musician, also in jazz bands. But if you play jazz blues, the jazz blues are great. Okay, so you're Coltrane, you're Miles Davis. Doesn't matter who you're. Oh, I'm playing the jazz blues. Okay, but most people do not consider that jazz. So Blind Lemon, Melon Lemon, or whatever. He doesn't consider that blues. Just because it has that progression. Jazz blues, we can use mixolydian and Dorian in various modes, 7-note scales. It's just how I would think of that as a 7-note scale. So we could use a 7-note. We could go. We could use that scale, and it would sound like this. Now we're learning something here, and I'm talking about the major scale. This is in the key of C or the key of D for B flat instruments. So here I am, and I'm going to play my scale, and I want you to notice it doesn't quite sound right in a pop, non-jazz blues. Is all I'm getting at. So I'm going to use that scale. Just listen. I want you to listen. Notice it doesn't quite sound right. Pretend I play the right notes. So it sounds a little cute, or a little like I'm not cool or something. So in a regular blues, a non-jazz blues, now you got to remember this distinctions I'm making. So in a non-jazz blues, which is again for most people a blues, we would use the pentatonic, a 5-note scale, and the blues scale. So that would sound like this. So let's listen to this, that pentatonic. I know I've done it earlier, but I want to do it again. I want you to just kind of believe me. The pentatonic for this kind of, I don't know, straightforward blues. Here I'm going, the pentatonic. And I go make a minor. Yeah. Let me go. I'm waiting for the minor. I'm going to play the minor. Same pattern, just right here. Oh, gosh, dog. I guess y'all don't need to see me. Anyway, I want you to see the same thing. Pentatonic. I'm getting at the pentatonic in the minor. I'm just waiting for that. One more measure. I'm going to play the pattern right here. And I go. Here, that sounded great. Here it comes again. So, my point in saying all that is when you are doing a regular blues, you know, I shot my baby kind of blues, then pentatonic 5-note scale or the blues scale, which is just again on the fretted instrument is the easiest because you're just adding a finger. So here it is, blue note. There's the blue note. Okay, now we're back to adlibbing in your first. So I'm saying pentatonic and blues for a regular, pentatonic and blues patterns for a regular, 2 things we need to do for a regular blues song, which this is, even though it's a country blues, and that is pentatonic and blues. And then secondly, when you go to the 4 chord, in this case is the F, and in the key of D, then it'd be the G. When it does, it need to go to the minor, the parallel minor. You need to go, if you're a B flat instrument, you need to go from D major to D minor. Your C instrument, you need to go from C major to C minor. Pentatonic and blues only. Pentatonic and blues only. Again, I say pentatonic and blues only. You start. 1, 2, you go. Trying to go, Your turn. Yes. My turn. Okay, now my turn, and I want to say, I want you to make the point. Now, if you're here as a vocalist, and you should be here as a vocalist, my gosh. So I just want to, if you guys can help me remember, I do want to do, like every time with one of the two songs, I want to just do a little vocal demonstration. What would you do if you're a vocalist, like this? And then secondly, I've said again and again and again and again, remember, singing, you sorry dogs, primes the pump. You singing, what you sing is what is closest to what you really would like to hear, including you going da 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 da, and you really can't sing it, you know. So let me just want to give one little brief example. So here I am going dee dee dee. So if I was singing, you know, trying to make this work. Oh, I want to back up at the top. So I would go something like. Look at me, I get two turns. Your turn. All right. I'm gonna let that stop. Okay, that's enough of that for today. Okay, so let me just review what I did. Let's look at the whole thing. So we did the flute. The point was, though, Calvary's coming. So the first thing we did was that funk song, Clay Can Groove, and I said it's kind of like Superstition. That didn't strike me that way this time, but and let's see what we had. It was all in using the notes of the C scale / A minor, same scale, except for one chord at the end. Now, I don't really know how in the confines of, you can send me an email, you can take lessons, and you can read my book, but I don't know how in the confines of this little thing where I want everybody and you want to be able to ad-lib to explain the details of that. But what I'm trying to get over mostly is that so many songs use 1 or 2 or 3 scales, just your major scales. You know, G Mixolydian is the C scale. E Dorian is the D major scale, starting on E instead of D. So I'm saying even the modes and oh my gosh, modes, you know, it's like, well, they're really very simple. So most of them, the original 7, let's say, not hypomixolydian. So so anyway, and then on the Chick Joe's Feeling Bad, what we just finished, a blues, and so we talked about the pentatonic and the blues scales on any instrument being the right sounds for a regular blues. And that would work for the jazz blues too. But in the jazz blues, we're also expecting some 7-note scales, okay? And so a good mix of the pentatonic blues and the 7-note scales, and then you sound like, oh yeah, I'm a jazz guy. And believe me, if you're among jazz guys and you only use pentatonic and blues, it's after the second song and they notice that, they'll be like, you don't really know how to play jazz. And that's true. Okay, so we're done. And so that was our improvisation workshop. Now it's time now for to play and sing, which is our Q&A. And seriously, all your musical questions. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to. No, okay. But if I were taking lessons, if I was learning music, my gosh, I'm talking about if you were one of my students, I would ask so many questions, you know, like, and I'd be like, ha ha ha, you know, I paid for this, but I'm going to get some free stuff here. So that's great. So anyway, ask all your questions, put them in the comments right now. Oh, look, John has an Easter Island head, which is kind of how I think of him. And so anyway, so ask your questions, and I have a question here right now, and this is so if you've got a question, pop it in there right now so I can get to it. So here's a question, and it says this, and this is not complicated. It is a common, very common issue, and it's a very, if you have this problem, which many people do, you need to listen and follow for the answer. Okay, here's the question. I want to play by ear, like hear a song and play the melody, but I only know how to play by reading music. Is that a hindrance? Should I memorize music to help learn to play a melody by ear? Okay, so that's the question. So in other words, the person wants to play by ear. They can play by notes, and they're having trouble playing by ear, and they want to play by ear. Hear a melody, hear a lick. I can play that lick, and that's a very common issue. Now, the first question is I could not get more serious about this question. The first question is for everyone listening: are you gonna do what I say? Because there ain't no point in me answering this question with the only answer, So I live in Dallas, and my sisters live in Houston. So if I say I want to go to Houston, but what I'm not doing is heading south, to get to Houston, I'm not doing that. So I'll never get to Houston, So when whatever the answer is that I'm fixing to do, you people with this problem need to do it instead of just listening to it and go, I'm going to do my own way. So here's the way. So you cannot learn to play by ear except by da 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 ear. Only the ear, only developing your ear, and so that would be your right side of your brain, not your left side of your brain. No, wait. It's backwards. Okay, so left-handed. Yeah. So the right side of your brain is your artistic, big pictures are beautiful. Your left, no, that's not right. Your left-handed, your right brain. Okay. Anyway, there's two sides of your brain. One is your math brain. One is your ear beautiful brain. And so to train your ear, you got to activate your ear beautiful brain. Now listen, you got to believe me. It's the truth. I'm telling you the truth. All you guys. I'm telling all you guys the truth. I want you to succeed. And so I'm telling you that our personalities, the way we are, the way God made us, is we are predisposed to different approaches to things. And as a generalization, there are more things than this, but some people are predisposed towards mathematically, logically figuring things out. This person does well in band. This person does well in orchestra. They do well in choir. They're reading the notes. Tell me what to do and I'll do it, says that person. And they succeed. They succeed well at that. Structured and succeed at the structure. Other people are not like that. And what they are, I'm playing so passionately. I'm just expressing myself. And don't tell me what to play. I want to, tell me. And so, just as an example, the normal dichotomy, the side those people, from my standpoint as a master musician and teacher, is to say, hey, is it if I say I need somebody to improvise and make something up, and if that person says, "Ooh, cool, I can do that. I love to make stuff up. I can just do that like that," that person is going to easily play by ear. And if somebody says, "Oh, no, if you just write it out for me or play it for me, show me what to do or tell me what to do, I can do that," or "I'm scared or I don't want to improvise," then that person is doing it by brain, or let me just mean math brain, and that means it'd be harder for them to ad-lib. Can they ad-lib? Yes, of course. And they can marvelously ad-lib and play by ear. Okay, so now everybody listen to me. So, and what everyone has done in music, in their own music, we're 11 years old, we're 12 or 15 years old in band or in a band, and we're trying to do good, and we just go to what works, and nobody's saying, "Wait a moment, you must develop your ear." Or wait a moment, you must develop your reading abilities. So that's not going on. What's going on is everybody's just doing what they can figure out to do at the moment, whatever works. And again, if you're in bands and orchestras and choirs, that's absolutely going to work. Just reading. Okay, so so everybody listen to me right now. So I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do it in a second. But right now, I want everybody to stop what you're doing, listen to me, and I want you to sing. I'm going to tell you when to do it, but just a second. We're sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." You're all going to sing it. Nobody can hear you. No one can hear you sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Okay? And so when I say it, I'll count us off. I want to sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Okay? And I'm not going to do it, but you're going to do it. Here, ready? Sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Sing it. Sing it. Everybody sing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Just the first little part. That's cool. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to do it. Now, Now listen. Now listen to me do it. Mary had a little lamb. Now listen to me do it another way. Mary had a little lamb. Now let me do this way. Mary had a little lamb. Now, how am I doing that? How did you sing Mary Had a Little Lamb? First, let me ask this question. Did anybody have trouble singing the opening 3 lines of Mary Had a Little Lamb? I'm seriously, you need to put that in the answers right now if you had trouble singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. I'm looking at the answers. They're right there. But I see nothing. So no one is commenting over here. So I guess nobody had trouble singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. So when I sang Mary Had a Little Lamb, and you sang Mary Had a Little Lamb, I sang it also. I sang it in 3 keys. How did I do that? Was I reading notes? Was I thinking, that's a C sharp, that's an F, is that what I was thinking? No, I was just thinking, ba. I'm changing keys each time. I'm changing keys now. Ba. Then the next one would be ba. The next would be ba, 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 ba. Now, just to mention it, that note, that song, Mary Had a Little Lamb, doesn't start on the root. It starts on the 3rd note of the scale. Da, da, da. That's the scale we're in. Da, da, da. Mary had a little lamb. And it's actually a little awkward to do. So I'm saying everyone who sang Mary Had a Little Lamb correctly, you were doing that by ear. So the ear is what you have to develop. Again, we're talking about with the context of I want to develop my ear. I need to develop my ear. I need to be able to make up things. I need to be able to hear things other people play and play them. Cool things. That was cool. So I go so like, okay, I can do that. I've heard that. Like that. That's what I'm trying to develop in my ear. So you have to develop your ear to develop your ear. So here's a great idea and an awkward idea, and it takes time. It doesn't take a lot of time in a day. It takes a consistent time. So every day play 4 or let's say as few as 2 and as many as 5 little melodies and play them in different keys. So you would say, I'm going to play I'm sorry. This is what's popping in my head. I'm going to play the Itsy Bitsy Spider. So I'm going to go da 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 da, and I'm saying I'm going to do this on my instrument. So I'm going to go. I'm just going to pick a note. I don't care what key it is. So I'm going to go. Now I as a musician can say, that's 5 1 7 1 2 3 3. So I'm just describing what everyone who sings and plays by ear, what they're doing. When they play a note, when we did Mary Had a Little Lamb, when you did it, you went meh, and your ear said, you did not know it, but your ear said, that's the 3rd note of a scale. I got to go down and hold up. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. That is 3 2 1 2 3 3 3 2 2 2 3 5 5. Now, a professional musician or a person who's doing a lot of different things musically probably needs to, I'll say the word parse that out as in numbers to be able to hear the 5th, the 3rd, the 2. But what, somebody says they play by ear or they sing in harmony easily, and talking about they do that, they really are good at that. And they are doing that, they just don't know it. They can't express it. So anyway, you don't have to figure that out necessarily that you're in the 3rd or the 5th or the 2nd, but just by figuring out those melodies. So I went, what did I do? Itsy Bitsy Spider. Okay, that's enough. I can go on. And I'm going to go now. I'm going to start, let's start on a B flat. And on and on in different keys. And it could be a song like, Chameleon. Doesn't have to be a cutesy little baby song. It's just that we're not trying to get the whole song. It's the only thing I'm saying. So we could do Look to the Sky. Da, 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 dee, da, do, do, dee, do, do, do. Is that the right key? Maybe. Da, 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 da. It was not the right key. So I'm sorry, that was an organ sound. So yes, to develop your ear, I'm not being smart like now. To develop your ear, to play by ear, to sing by ear, to improvise, hear things and do them, you have to develop your ear, not your brain. Now your brain can, and it is right, your brain can come along and say, now listen, this is important. Your brain can say, like when I played it the first time, I played a D. And your brain can say, which is great, your brain can say, well, we're not in A flat or D flat or G flat because that doesn't have a D. It's got a D flat. So your brain can come in and say, I start on a C, so we're definitely not in any, none of the sharp keys except maybe G, because they've all got sharps. You can use things like that. That's not, so we're not ignoring the brain. It's just that we're developing the ear. And if you have, which many, many, many people have done, you've relied and succeeded musically with your, why is this brain thing messing with me? Left brain, it's the right brain. It's the right brain, right? Right brain. Yeah, it's the right brain that's artistic. Anyway, so if you have been in music, let's say in high school, junior high, like that, and you succeeded, but you're still having trouble with that you have relied upon your math brain, reading and that kind of stuff, and people saying to do this. And it's hard to develop a new reliance upon your ear or new skills with your ear. And the way to do it is to do exactly what I said, which was to play little melodies. You could listen to somebody play, as another example, same kind of thing. They play a great solo, 5-minute solo. Well, you just listen to 5 seconds of that solo. Da 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 da. That's enough. Try to figure those notes out. Da, just get the first note. Da, turn it off. What's that note? Da, find that note. They go ba da 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 da. And they go ba da 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 da. And they go, da 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 da. A little bit at a time, and we're trying to absorb it. Do put it in another key once you figure it out, because we're not trying to discover how to play so-and-so in the key of A or in the key of F or the key of F sharp. We're trying to say, I hear, you don't have to be explicit about it's the second, the third, the fifth, the seventh, but you're trying to internalize it. Like I said, if you know people who play and sing well by ear without, they play the song, okay, you do it. They are doing the same thing of this is the third, this is the fifth, but they haven't pulled it to the forefront. I know exactly what I'm saying, singing. So you don't have to develop the number thing, although it may be helpful, but you do have to develop your ear. Okay, that's my sentence for that. Okay, I don't see any other questions here, so I'm going to end with the final question, which I have right here. Okay, what is the traditional greeting between trumpet players? Now remember, these are musicians' questions. Only musicians would think these are funny or interesting. What is the traditional greeting between trumpet players? Hi, I'm better than you. That is the traditional greeting among trumpet players. Hi, I'm better than you. Okay, so this is Mark Teaches Music, and this portion is the to play and sing Q&A. And I appreciate you guys being here. And we had our improv workshop, and that was a session, believe it or not, 42 of the to play and sing, and episode 42, and session 29, was it? Is it number? Let me see the number. Where'd the number go? It's gone. What is it? Yeah, 29 of our improv workshop. So hit subscribe, like it, share it. If you're interested in the lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com and email me at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com, and you can leave some more comments and questions in here. And otherwise, until I see you again, I want you to have fun. I'm gonna look at you. I want you to have fun and be awesome. I do want you to have fun and be awesome. You can do that.